Welcome to the Shrewdness. We are so excited about this baseball-focused endeavor. As teased in prior episodes, we are doing 15 to 20-minute primers for each MLB team to prepare you for this 2025 season, to help you with your fantasy baseball drafts and future bets, or simply to improve your knowledge as the season begins. From the projected starters to the prospects, we will touch it all and give our shrewd takes on the key to their success. So sit back, take some notes, and enjoy the show.
Hey, Shrewdness fans. Welcome to another edition of the Shrewdness Baseball. We're talking about major league teams leading up to this 25 season. And today we are going to talk about the lowly, historically bad Chicago White Sox.
Southsiders.
Tell us what we can expect in 2025.
Come with us on a journey into the deepest, darkest well that you've ever seen. We are going to go into the Chicago White Sox. And when I say this could be a quadruple A team, it could be a quadruple A team. It might even be a triple A team.
Yeah, they're not that good.
It is delightfully bad. Like, to the point where I actually kind of enjoyed going through how bad this is. I mean, if you're going to be bad, well, just be bad, because that's what
be historically bad.
Be good at being bad, baby.
And this time, finish the deal.
Yeah, I love how last year Fangraphs and Pacoda Baseball Perspective folks were like, well, they're basically a 100-loss team, so we're going to kind of project around there. And they were under that by 20 wins. It was unreal. They had 41 wins. One of the most historically bad teams of all time.
I think they were eliminated at Memorial Day.
It's not even an exaggeration.
I think I'm right.
So here's the crazy part that none of us can figure out. And man, if we can get some guests on who can explain it, their projections this year are 63 wins from Fangraph and 61.8 for Pacoda. And we don't get it. Now, Vegas is with us. Vegas has them at 54.5 as their over-under as of today. So all their projections are like way higher than their actual over-under number, but we don't really know where they're. I think I know why they're projecting so well. We'll get to that in a second. But
they won 41 games.
They won 41 games, but they have basically their entire roster was negative wins above replacement, right?
So like we could have done better.
Yeah, they're literally replacing all of these negative wins above replacement with replacement.
If we could only get a replacement in here, we would be set.
Like, some of these people's name, I think, are actually Bob replacement. Oh my God,
Steven placeholder.
So they are. One interesting part is just to kind of start and going down their kind of lineup is what they're looking at. They got a switch hitting 21-year-old catcher. Never played in the majors, but they don't have anybody else, and they are just projecting him to go ahead and start. Hey, looked great at AAA Birmingham. His name's Edgar Cuero. He's, who knows? Again, this is just like
Edgar Cuero. You are a friend of mine.
He'd probably gonna have more fun playing in Birmingham.
Their big free agent starter they signed was 30-year-old Josh Rojas. Okay.
Who?
In January, they signed him as a free agent out of Seattle, and he hit a whopping 225 with a 304 OBP, hit 8 home runs.
Yeah, but his OPS was 641.
Right? Hey, this guy's got a 2.1 WAR, so shut up.
It's got to have been defensive. that had to have been like a defensive WAR. But the craziest part is they signed that guy, and he had a 2.1 WAR, and it dwarfs everybody else's WAR on the team. But just by signing him, it's amazing. A 30-year-old journeyman free agent cast-off from a team that didn't make the playoffs. is like,
But when you add two negative wars together, isn't that a positive?
God.
Oh no, that's right. It keeps going down.
Hey, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, and Josh Rojas is the one-eyed man.
He is amazing.
You guys suck, man. Hey, you placeholder.
The
You
Patreon
Bob
folks
replacement.
were like laughing with us as we were going through. It's amazing. Their batting averages are all like 200 or below. And then, well, their OBPs. Oh, their OBPs. They don't even walk. Like that. Josh Rojas comes in with that 304 OBP, and it's like amazing. Then
Like
the next,
Shrewdness, we're not kidding you, man. So if the
It's
OBP
unreal.
was the batting average, you would think they suck. That's the OBP. Like, let's just go through the OBPs. 297. Oh, not bad. 283.
No, that 297 is
304.
actually bad because you're expecting it to be.
250.
Yeah, these are
253,
like
249.
OBPs. Oh, it's just
This
it's
is
Luis
really-
Robert Jr.
Well,
Luis
maybe
Robert
they hit
Jr.
a lot of home runs. Maybe they hit a lot of home runs.
No, they definitely don't.
8,
I
2, 7.
I don't think they add up
14.
to Ohtani last year.
I am having flashbacks of when I used to play the Lovely Ladies. This is the Lovely Ladies lineup. Right
Luis Robert Jr. is supposed to be like this, like crown jewel of their like. They were looking at maybe trading him last year,
And
That
they
dude hit
should have.
224 with 14 home runs and barely walked. I mean, he's like fine, but like that's their like stud. It's unbelievable. Andrew Benintendi is 30 and he is past his prime, and it's not even close. He did have 20 home runs, but
he's the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, he's the absolute
home
leader in
runs.
the club. The fact that they signed just in the past couple of weeks Michael A. Taylor and Joey Gallo, like it really is major league. This guy's dead. We'll cross him off the list then. Like this stuff is amazing.
Jonathan Heasley.
Yes, they signed Royals cast off Jonathan Heasley.
Lou, you got to riddle me this because I know you go into the war more than the rest of us. So how does Benintendi go from 5 homers and 45 RBIs to 20 homers and 64 RBIs and lose a net 1 loss of war? How do you go from 0.2 to negative 0.8? That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's so atrocious. He did better and got worse.
It's defense.
His defense got worse. He's 30 now. He was somewhat of a plus defender a few years ago when he was with the Royals. He was fine.
Had a good arm. I remember that.
Yeah, he had a good arm in left. So it was like fine. Like it wasn't an amazing arm, but it was a pretty good arm, but it was in left. And now his range is dropping. His arm is not as good as it was. And so the fact that he had 20 home runs, that's great. But a 289 OBP is just not going to cut it. Well, it will cut it for the White Sox, but no other team would play him.
Right.
He has no value.
God, he's poop.
Oh,
All right, that's their best players, Rojas and Benintendi.
And they'll probably hit like third, second.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, get on up here with that big stick of yours.
And just in context, again, you have Minnesota, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Detroit, all of which have playoff aspirations. All of them do. And so you're just like conceding all of those wins for the most part for the division that's just going to have to capitalize on your ineptitude. Right. It's pretty amazing. So, like, yes, there's no offense. Like, there's just no offense whatsoever.
The best part about this,
but you can go to their pitching.
The best part about this too, Lewis, is you remember guys last year during the playoff run, they would show teams' record, and then they would show their record against the White Sox and pull it out like it didn't count. Like if you beat the White Sox,
everybody beat the drum over here.
The wins don't count.
They really don't.
So, anyways, the pitching is bad. It's really bad, but it's highly variable and young, right? So they have Jonathan Cannon, Drew Thorpe, and Sean Burke, all 24, 25 years old, and they were all within the past few years for the draft.
Who's the ace?
Household names, all of them.
Jonathan Boom Cannon.
Jonathan Cannon, who pitched 124 innings last year with a 1.327 whip and was like their ace. And
Okay,
the hope
ace,
is he
you
takes a
can't-
step forward.
Don't insult the word ace by ever betting Boom Boom Cannon as being
Jonathan
one.
Boom Boom Cannon is your number one guy.
Ugh, I'd
Again,
rather.
they're-
There's nobody. It's
They
just
signed
atrocious.
their number 3 is a lefty, Martin Perez, who is 33 years old. He's just a career.
Martine.
He
Yeah, it's
played on a
Martin
million
Perez.
teams. Just signed as a free agent, but he played on Pittsburgh and the Mets last year. Just kind of a cast off, and he's their number 3.
He's on the Tommy Pham plan of playing for everybody before he retires.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So, like, they've got 5 guys. They're either
Davis
young,
Martin. I
Five
saw
guys is
him-
a pretty good burger.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if I'm talking 5 guys and Whataburger, I don't really know where I'm at. I mean, there's
Davis
In-N-Out Burger,
Martin
but, you know.
is their 4 starter, and I saw him doing stand up at the Tropicana last week.
Woof, where do we go with this team?
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Like,
we
where's
go
the
through
bright
these names.
spots?
You've never heard any of the names, and then we could read you the stats, and you're not going to be like impressed with the stats. And so then we get to the bullpen, right? And again, we can go through these folks, but last year,
Never heard
the
of
best,
it.
the best you could hope for is a mid-3s ERA with horrific whips, right? So they don't strike anybody out. They don't strike anybody out, and they walk a bunch of people.
But at least
Like,
they give up a lot of hits.
And they give up a lot of hits. Like, what do you do, man?
Oh,
And
man.
it's the crazy part is they have a lot of old people. Like Justin Anderson's 32, Cam Boozer's 32.
Right.
Like you're not even getting the value of a young arm in there sometimes. So
Cam
for the most
Boozer.
part, yeah.
Didn't Cam Boozer play for Duke a long time ago?
I know. He still had a little life left in him.
So I mean, the big thing that I think is where it's like, well, where are you going with this? Well, we aren't sure. We aren't sure where we're going necessarily, but what I can tell you is that if their prospects who are likely all going to come up and all going to play, if they catch lightning in a bottle with multiple of these prospects, because they got a haul for Garrett Crochet from Boston. Boston had a great prospect system.
It still does.
So they had their own prospect, Noah Schultz, top 20 prospect, 6'9", supposed to be the next Chris Sale, left-handed pitcher, likely starter, should be a starter. Probably will get called up to take Bobby McTwo-Shoes' place. Then
Bobby placeholder.
They have Kyle Teal. He's a catcher. The issue is, though, they're already going to bring up Edgar Cuero. He's the projection. So
He
Kyle
is a
Teal
friend
is
of mine.
a little bit further back. They got Braden Montgomery and Hagen Smith. All these are really young, like 23, 24 draft area people, so they may not be quite ready.
Well, they can't hurt the team.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I wonder if Birmingham.
Playing U14 ball in Oklahoma City.
Are they
think
trying
the
to get moved? Are they seriously trying to get another? I mean, do they want to go to Vegas with this team? Is that why they're doing this? Like
It's already over. Oakland won.
right?
Like it's okay. You can start.
It's crazy,
paying
but
people
like
again.
Dexter, for fantasy purposes, there's literally nobody.
Wait a minute. Let me look.
No.
I
Well,
was
okay. Wait. There
I think
is
Cannon.
one player and one player only, and that is Luis Robert. Why would you
Yeah.
say that, Dex? Because
That's
2
true.
seasons ago, when they should have traded him, he has a 5 WAR. He
yeah.
batted .264, 38 dingers, 80
Yeah.
RBIs, 20 stolen bases, and a .542 slug with an .857 OPS. So that dude is actually really good. Had a trash bag year. Okay,
Yeah.
but outside of that, nobody.
He's your
Yeah,
bounce
but-
back. He's
but
your
you
bounce
would-
back chance.
He's my
right?
bounce
You got-
back, and I think
Luis-
you can get
yeah.
for
Luis
low
Robert.
dollars, man, low
Yeah.
bucks,
right?
because he wants to play his way out of here on a trade to somebody good.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to
So you
rot here.
might
He's
get some-
27.
You might get some home runs out of him, but he's not going to score any runs and not drive anybody in if there's nobody else on base.
Well, that's it. But at least he can do
A
something.
lot
for
of
himself,
solo
right?
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's the crazy part is that the over-under is like so far underneath the projections. It's so bad that people have been betting the over, and it's actually been creeping up. When we first started this exercise, the first one at the very beginning of February, it was down at 52.5. It's up to 54.5.
yeah, 110 losses is where it started. Like, you guys are pretty shitty.
Wait. What about Joey Gallo? What did he do last year? I don't remember.
They brought in the big boppers.
They brought in the big boppers, Joey Gallo. Maybe can you get something out of Joe? What was his stat line last year? At one point he hit some home runs, I remember.
223 at bats, 161 batting average.
Oh, dear, he's actually
77 OBP with 10 home runs.
10 home runs.
He had an OPS plus of 74. That is unbelievably bad.
So
I
can't believe this guy's still in the league. Listen to this. He has not batted above 177 since 2021 in Texas, where he batted 223. And that was a plus up from his 181 and 199 averages the 2 years prior to that. How does a guy awful
that year that Gallo was in Texas, didn't they trade him to the Yankees because he was like a power chip?
They did
at the time.
His age 27 year. That's the year you're supposed to have your
And he hit 38 home runs that season.
But he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn that year when he didn't hit a home run. He was such a strikeout king. I remember about him, and he just got worse.
213 strikeouts to be.
My God!
Yeah,
213 strikeouts.
Yeah,
and 260 at bats.
It's so horrible.
They brought him in to help with the tanking.
Where is he going to go? Where do you even put him? He's not actually not better.
He struck out almost half the time he showed up. But he does walk a lot.
Just get ready for him to come in and have all of his stats against the Royals. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, right.
He's going to go 4 for 5 with 2 home runs. I'm going to be so angry.
Right.
I'm already getting angry.
So is there anything?
It's already happened.
Is there anything to look forward to in September, Lou? But I'm looking as a White Sox fan. Do I have hope in the pipeline at least?
Well, that's what we're saying. They've got
6 cups of coffee will get me through.
They have 5 or 6 top 100 prospects.
Okay, tell me about these guys. Tell me about these guys.
That's what we're talking about. They've got Noah Schultz, right?
Yeah.
And they've got Hagen Smith.
Who's Noah Schultz?
Left-handed pitchers.
Okay.
All right.
So Noah Schultz is far and away the one that's going to come up first. So they could just let him start right now. He would be you could use Ace next to his name and not feel too trashy about saying it.
He might actually be their one if they brought him in right now.
So he's 6'9", he throws upper 90s, he's got a wipeout slider. The dude is sick. So he's going to be really good. And they're clearly looking at 2 years from now for doing anything. So my whole guess is Luis Robert, if he can just play average on this team, he will be traded in June or July to a contender. And
that's the thing. I don't even know if you're necessarily going to get a lot of these prospects because they might be why bring them up and waste a year of club control?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Especially we got Boom Boom up here,
right? You got Boom Boom already up. You got, there's no, and why would you? Kyle Teal's not coming up because you got Edgar Cuero up.
Yeah, you're already giving that guy a look, right? So, can I tell you one of my favorite things that happened? In 2023, Miami and the White Sox traded Jake Eater for Jake Berger. It was the rare double Jake trade.
And it was the Eater Burger.
The Eater Burger trade.
Eater Burger trade.
Hey, do you have a Jake you'd like to trade? Yeah. Here, let's swap.
Let's swap our Jakes.
Oh,
so
dear God.
one of the other guys that we have to at least mention, because I think he was a top 5 overall pick, but Andrew Vaughn is 26.
Oh, yeah.
He was supposed to be good. And 2 years ago, again, 2023,
He's got power.
This bad. Yeah, 21 homers, 80 RBIs 2 years ago, 19 and 70 last year.
Yeah,
He just
not bad.
They aren't hitting. He's not hitting as much and walking as much, but does he have some talent? He does. He should be.
He
was the 3rd overall pick in 2019, man. 3rd
Right.
overall. So it's just he
should be
better.
if he's hitting 250 and 20 home runs on this bad of a team, that's not terrible.
He's got obviously no protection. It's not like,
right. I am going to bring up a concept though. Now remember, the Royals took a quarter of the White Sox team last year and turned them into like reasonably producing people.
Yeah, you're right.
So there was a certain degree of this inertia of we suck and we're all going to suck, and they just kind of like lost the will to live.
That's very real on a team.
100%.
Yeah, Jan Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, Andrew Vaughn, they had people before.
Yeah.
Garrett Crochet was their ace last year. You could legit say that. And if you listen to our Boston episode, they're happy they got him.
That's right.
So they weren't devoid of talent, and now they just are. They traded away all those pieces. They got talent in the we'll see if it's talent in the pipeline.
If they can just like have a reasonable start to the year where they're not just tanking super hard, they may have the like overall mental like investment to actually like perform.
Yeah,
you might get a boost that way.
I actually kind of like the Andrew Vaughn piece. If I'm a team that's in a contending spot and I want to bring in another bat, like to hit 250 on this team is not bad, and you got 19 home runs. He's probably not getting anything to hit either, right? Like he's the only guy on the team that you're probably afraid of, him and Luis Robert. So,
Lou, how many RBIs did you say he had?
70 last year.
70?
70, yeah.
In 80,
which is
the White Sox.
70
the White Sox
RBIs is like in dog years. For if you're the White Sox, that's like 140.
They had a historically bad offense last year.
Yeah.
Right. So 70 RBI on that offense was seriously, I would guess right now like 20% of their runs driven in.
It's
if I were them, I would probably see if you could get a good haul for him. I mean, he's 26.
Yeah.
He's
got a few good years left.
He's free agent eligible in 2027. So
Yeah.
you'd be getting club control for all of this year and next year.
Yeah.
And it's cheap.
Yeah.
You know, $6 million it looks like at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that could have gone wrong in the White Sox, like crystal ball 2 years ago, went worse. It's like they dropped the crystal ball, broke it, and then tried to put it together with like sticky sand or something.
Right.
I mean, this is an atrocious. I mean, it's hard to even say it's a roster of any talent. There's like
this is
you know what happened. You know what happened. They signed Chris Gets Out as their front office guy, who hired the Royals bench coach,
right,
as the manager.
Oof, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's right.
And they've retained Chris Gets Out, and he is still making the decisions.
That's right.
Well, it looks it. It looks like
it.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever. You guys can Google Chris Getz. That'll be quicker than what we'll do. But is there any – do we have anything left to talk about for this trash bag of a team?
No, I go ahead and take the over while it's so ridiculously low, because I think it's going to keep coming up until it gets into the high 50s and then kind of settle out.
So unless they lose 109 games, you win. So
right.
Like 107 losses or better, you're a winner chicken dinner on the over under if you take the under.
But let's remember they lost 121 last
No,
year.
I get it. I still think though,
and they got worse. They got worse.
They had to win like 5 of their last 15 games or something to get to those 41.
Right.
They were on pace to be the worst team of all time.
Right. Yeah, and then they accidentally started winning.
I get it, but I still would probably take the over because it is so ridiculously low. But you're
right.
But
just odds, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't do a lock by any stretch of the means. I'm not like going to throw like a bunch, but I would probably do a unit or two just because it's just too low right now.
Yeah, it's an incredibly low number, and you're right. Just accidentally, you should be able
to. Yeah, exactly. Law of averages says they're going to win a few games they did not win last year. So,
but man, they had Crochet last year.
That was some of the wins.
Yeah.
Like 10 of them.
It's like unbelievable.
I just don't know where you get the wins here.
I don't
It's
know.
like-
That's the thing, is because you don't see it. Like the pitching, how are they gonna even? So if they make it to the fifth with only giving up 3 runs, for one, can the offense get 3 back? And then 2, you're gonna go this bullpen of studs. Shut the door. I mean, maybe they can lose 130.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe 54 and a half too high.
Let's go ahead and remember one of the craziest things about last year, right? And that was the Cleveland Guardians versus the White Sox in 2024.
Oh, that's right. There was some weird thing there, wasn't there?
They were 8. So they actually were 8-5. The Guardians were 8-5 versus the White Sox. Like,
Woo! Had their
That's
number.
crazy.
which is crazy bad for a team
Yes.
that only won 41 games. That they actually were able to peel out 5 from the Guardians.
Right.
Yeah. Division winner. That's funny.
But
Right.
it was up until the Guardians won the last 4 to get there that way. They were 4-5, right?
They were 4-5 against the White Sox.
Yeah, until the Guardians
That's
had to
hilarious.
pull away with the last 4 wins, and that's one of the reasons they ended up winning
Wow.
the Central. But I'm not kidding. That's how bad it was. Is that they had a losing record again. A team that was on a historically bad pace could still beat the Guardians. It was crazy.
Yeah, and there are some weird things like that happen in ball, right? So you got to think that they probably weren't as bad as a 41-win team last year.
No, they were mentally beaten and they checked out.
Right.
Yeah.
When you go as south as they did that early, that's the problem. Like they were so far south, a month in that everybody had already put the white flag up, and maybe they hang around and they're a little under 500 in April, and who knows.
It's
I think
atrocious.
I'd have to go look and check myself, but I think I looked at one point last summer and they went it was something like all of July and August they had 2 road wins or something like that.
It makes sense.
just
I mean,
it
this
just
is the
yeah.
thing.
That's probably
like,
Garrett
so
Crochet
sad.
2 times.
This is Garrett Crochet on the. Listen, we as Royals fans on the Shrewdness have sat through a lot of really bad seasons.
Yeah.
But my God, we
Not 41 wins.
we
though.
pity
Yeah.
you White Sox fans from what you had to sit through last year, because that's brutal.
Embarrassing.
Business.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a steaming pile that's not going to work out again this year. There's no way they aren't dead last in the division again. No
Well,
way.
No.
No way.
No. What's that? Can you
And
bet that?
by
Lou?
division, they're the worst AL team.
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
And it's not
Period.
close. Nothing is close to them.
Can you bet that? Are there odds on that? Can you bet
That they
teams
finished
to
last in the league?
Last in the
Let's
league,
see. Oh.
because that would be.
There's a
an
way to bet
interesting
everything. Let's just be honest.
You know,
I mean,
Well, there are probably
Oakland-
odds on it.
right?
Oakland's going to be
That's their competitor, right?
Oh
Oakland?
no, Oakland was. If you listen to our episode, Oakland is strangely positive. Oakland has a lot going for it. Oakland was the next best team besides Cleveland and Kansas City for like the beating their over
The
projection.
most over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting
Right.
projections.
And they've
Yeah.
actually made some relatively solid moves.
So
and they've got
who would
reasonably
be
good players.
competing with the White Sox for the worst record in the
Angels, maybe.
Oh, Angels
No,
aren't
it's
competing again.
ironically though, it still is them based upon the projections. It's just there's a gap. There's a 10-win gap between them.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what
you
I'm saying.
have-
If-
and what's sad is you have the best player in baseball on the Angels. So you think, like, how in
Yeah.
the world is that possible?
Yeah,
Uh,
like
not anymore.
Fangraphs has
Not
a
anymore.
13 win separation between the Angels and the White Sox.
Wow.
And then
Well,
the Athletics are
Man, so from the Shrewdness to all of you in the south side of Chicago, we apologize for the year you're about to
My
endure
condolences.
yet again. I don't know if there's enough Goose Island in the
Oof.
city to get you through this, but if so, at least buy, the specialty one that comes out every single year that's still out on the shelves right now.
No.
2023,
Yeah.
2024, 2022 Bourbon Barrel.
Yeah, Bourbon
it's pretty
Barrel.
good.
Get the
That's the
bourbon
best
barrel
part
and
you can
save
get right now.
them. get the bourbon barrel and save them and let them age.
Please avoid avoid the friends you have that are Cubs fans, because this is not going to be good for you. This is not going to be.
Yep.
They're going to be feeling really good, and you're going to be feeling really bad. Just don't do it.
But if you're wanting to go to Chicago to watch your team play that's not Chicago White Sox, this might be a great opportunity to go see a sweep, see a different 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
And, well, I probably wouldn't stay down near the stadium. You go ahead and take a well-armored car down there. Just take one of those.
Readily available.
Yeah, you can just walk right up to the window and get a ticket.
White Sox have a worst record in baseball, -210.
Oh,
wow.
That's not even good odds. Holy cow.
No.
Yeah, I would probably take the Rockies at +250. I mean, just get the odds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
That's a way better bet.
Marlins are +480, and they're not even projected. Well, they are. No, not in Bakota. In Bakota, they're actually relatively close.
Yikes.
Yeah, and Shrewdness listeners, I'll be doing the Rockies coming up here soon. So, yeah, stay tuned for another abysmal one. We can talk about some of the trash bag teams of the season and the offseason. When they get grades of F, I mean, it's all you really need to know. The ownership's telling you what you need to do.
That's exactly.
They'll at least charge you a $15 beer while you're there watching this trash bag of a team.
That's right.
So
at least the parking is high priced.
Whoo. Well, good luck, Sox fans.
At least they're exceptionally high priced. And taxed accordingly. Good job, Illinois.
All right. I can't talk about the White Sox anymore, guys.
No,
I think we're going to have to cut it.
I need mouthwash.
Thanks for falling on that grenade for us, Lou.
Yeah,
taking us through that.
I liked it. That was bad.
All right. We'll be back with a better, more fun team to follow, which is any other team
Literally
in the league.
Anybody else.
Any other episode is better than this one. That's all right. That's it. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I gotta go. I just got called up for the White Sox.
Stay
all right.
Loose to the pin.
All right, stay
This is the Shrewdness signing off. Take care.